Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a patterned textured background, and I'm also going to show you how to create a pattern background using a cutout image. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with a picture. Okay, so I'm going to use sand, and I'm going to go ahead and click on, let's go with this one. Okay, make sure it's nice and clear, it's nice and sharp. I'm going to go save image as. I'm going to save it to my downloads and hit save. Okay, so although this is a full picture, maybe I want to use it for something else. I don't know. Maybe I want to put it into I don't know, a square. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create a new file, make it 8.5 inches by 11. I'm going to name it my first initial last name underscore, and you're going to do the same thing and call this pattern number 1. Okay, and go ahead and leave everything like this and hit create. All right, then I'm going to open up my sand pattern or sand picture all by itself. So I'm going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to go to Downloads, go to my sand background and hit Open. Okay, so it looks fine, right? Nice and pretty. I'm going to go to Edit, Define Pattern. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to leave this sand background. That's totally fine. So go ahead and give it a name if it doesn't have one. I don't want a big old long number extension. Title it what it is. Okay, so if it's clouds, title it cloud pattern. If it's, I don't know, something else, star pattern, hit OK. Then I'm going to navigate back to my tab, my blank tab, and I'm going to create an adjustment layer with a pattern. And here, because I've created my pattern in my other artboard, I can click here and it's going to appear right here. Okay, so from here what you can do is adjust the scale of your pattern. So the bigger I make it, the more zoomed in it's going to be on that pattern. Okay, so you can do this with pictures that you've taken of textures and things outside, like concrete or sand or dirt or other things, and then we can use them as an overlay or texture on your images or your projects. All right, and so it's important to look around the world, look at the world around you and see all the interesting textures and patterns that are out there. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I created a adjustment layer using my pattern that I created. I'm going to go ahead and save this as a Photoshop document and put it in my Google Drive, in my graphics project folder. Oops. And you're going to turn this one in. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here and I'm going to create a new background and show you how to do one cutting out an object. So let's see, I'm going to pause it really quick. All right, in this one, I'm going to have you cut something out. Okay, an object, it can be a flower, it can be a car, I don't care what it is. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go with try this one. Okay. Let's right click and see if I can save it from here. I don't know. It might work. It might not. We're going to name this flower. And we're going to go to Photoshop document. I'm going to open up that file. So I'm going to go to open, go to my downloads, find my flower, and hit open. Okay, so it's a JPEG image, which is fine. We're going to see if we can use our object selection tool or just hit select subject after I hit my object selection tool and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like it's doing an okay job, but I feel like, ooh, this picture is really pixelated. We'll try it anyway and see what happens. Okay, so I've got it all selected. Make sure every piece that you want to include is selected. And then I'm going to actually come in here and subtract this little piece right here. Okay. I'm going to delete everything that's on the outside. So I'm going to create a layer mask first. And then I'm gonna right click on my layer mask and hit apply layer mask. What that did, it cut it out and it removed that whole background, okay? So now I'm gonna make my pattern. So I'm gonna go to edit, define pattern. Hit okay. Now I'm gonna create a new file, 8.5 by 11. We're gonna name this your first initial last name underscore pattern 2 and hit create. So now I'm going to go to my adjustment layers and go to my pattern, find my pattern, which is right here, and you can see that I have created a new pattern with that flower that I just found. Okay, so now if I wanted to I'm going to hit okay. If I wanted to go back in here and I wanted to I don't know, change how this looked, if I wanted to rotate it and make a whole bunch of copies on here, I could do that. And let's see if this is gonna work. Go to my move tool. And just place them randomly. You can kind of see what's gonna happen. If I redefine this, go pattern, define in pattern, name it something else. Okay, and then come back over here and then click on my properties and then click on this one. You can see that it's changed. Okay, so well, I resaved it, so it's a second one, so I have 2. All right, so you can copy things, paste them onto your artboard, make them a pattern in themselves to create your pattern. You can do this with any object, anything. I will show you. I created a pattern cutout of my cat with little cat paws. Doing an example. Okay, we use these to make soft patterns in Graphics 2. The kids made patterns for their socks. So you can cut out almost anything and create a pattern with it. All right, so you're gonna create a pattern using a texture and then a pattern using an object. It could be a cat, it could be a pet, it could be a person, okay? You can make a pattern with your face. You're going to save both of your Photoshop files and turn them into Google Classroom.